Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We got ourselves another show match on a bizarre map. Scarlett's in the bottom right side of the map, playing Zerg. And in the top left of Forest Jump, we have Astrea playing Protoss. Now, he's obviously playing for Maturino, she's playing for Shopify Rebellion, and they're playing a very special map called Forest Jump. Not only are we on the proposed new balance changes mod with balance patch stuff going on that will affect Banelings, Hydras, and the like, but we've also got portals. So the orange portals debuff you, and the blue portals buff you. And they give your units a debuff or a buff. Notice here, just came through a blue portal, and we've got a fired up buff for 14 seconds on this probe. Gives 40% increased movement speed, and attack damage. A massive buff for those 14 seconds before it wears off. So orange portal takes you to this blue portal. This orange portal takes you to that blue portal. Same thing here. Blue takes you to orange. Orange takes you to blue. So these portals, the problem is if you go through the orange one, it does debuff you, and it makes your units brittle, which means they will take 10% bonus damage and be 10% slower movement speed as well, I believe. So essentially using these portals, not just to teleport from one place to another, but also to immediately buff your units, or occasionally basically pay the price to reposition, but accept that there's a debuff and try to avoid fighting for those next 10, 15, or I think it's always 14 seconds is going to be really important. Now, Scarlett, she's a very, very good player with this sort of stuff, but Astrea is also a very creative guy. I just think this is a matchup where maybe in a PvT, he might have a little bit more freedom to screw around against a Zerg. I think Scarlett's very good at keeping the pressure on him and making it hard for him to utilize that creativity. You can see that guy just popped through the orange, out the blue, and had brittle. You can see here this, though, going through the blue, gonna give you brittle again. So popping through the blue one hurts. Oh, actually, wait. Blue one hurts, and then orange one... Oh, it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't... You can't wash off the debuff. This is like... I thought it was always a random debuff, but Scarlett said that according to the map, it is always meant to be good for blue, bad for orange, but maybe I got that the wrong way around. We'll have to take a look. Either way, Adept coming forwards across this map. Lingzara coming up. Stargate is on the way as well. And the first Adept about to pressure. Now, she's taking a front hatchery. She's already planning something very special, isn't she? I think she figures that portal is not a good way to attack it because you'll get debuffed going in there. And this Adept is like, all right, no worries, dude. I'm going to take that fired up buff. Pop in, gets the 14% movement speed buff there. And he's like, haha, I can attack faster, move faster, do a bit more damage. That's actually really funky. That's really cool. So he's like, pop it. You know, as long as you come from the high ground, you have that buff active. Whereas if you came through the blue portal first, then you'd have the brittle one. So Astrea already figuring out how to abuse this while going for oracles. What a fun little map feature. I wish we had more stuff like this. One of my favorite Age of Empires tournaments I ever watched that really changed my view on what's possible in competitive tournaments was what was it called? What was the one with the blind lame monks on it? It was basically an entire tournament with special maps, and almost every map had special like monks you could have on it that you could go around and mind control stuff at the start, and there was like maps with like structures you could capture to give you bonus income and all this sort of weird like mechanics. And there was like a $50,000 or $100,000 tournament. And for me, you know, growing up in the StarCraft scene where everything has to be standard and reliable and stable, that was bizarre. Oh my god, fired up Zerglings are cracked, mate. Look how much damage they're doing. Look at how much damage oh my gosh, they're so fast as well. Wow, okay, that's scary. Remember, 14% attack speed and 14% damage is a very big buff. Now, there is a Void Ray out as well. These Zerglings going to jump through there. They're a bit brittle now, 10% decreased movement speed, and they'll take 10% more damage for those 10 seconds. Okay, it's only 10 seconds for the debuff. 14 for the buff. Zerglings all coming in. The Adept is up there. It's got a probe helping to block for it, but the Zerglings focus that down. Adept will go down, but the Void Ray overhead will defend. Pylon's going to fall, though, and actually... going to be a pretty nasty supply block until that third base finishes. Well done. Uh-oh, but that means her Lings aren't at home. That's a big mistake there from Scarlett. Adept's going in after that base there as well. And that's going to be at least 3 or 4 drones. Really nicely done by Astrea. And after she won the last series they played, she's had a bit of momentum. Good to see him getting 5 worker kills, starting to tie things up a little bit. And mute those alerts really quickly. Evo chambers on the way there, as well as a lair and extra gases. Coming in with an Oracle on that left side. Now, obviously, flying units I don't think can go through the portals. And is it worth? Yeah, he thinks about going for it. And no, the Oracle does not go through the portal. It does not get buffs. It's only for ground units. All right, here we go. The Zerging's coming forward on the natural again. Oh, that Adept just pushed that, got pushed out of the way by that probe. A few more Adepts going to have to warp in there. Oracle not going to find much stuff there. Actually gets damaged a fair bit as well. He's going for charge this game. So Astrea's trying to get some magic happening, but Scarlett's looking so solid today. I think she's got a very good understanding of how to play against Mr. Astrea. I think trying to play Charge Slot Archon Disruptor might be a good way to just switch the tempo up a little bit. Change things up, make it hard for Scarlett to get on top. She's running these Lings around right now. Just having a bit of a scouty scout. Infestation Pit on the way so she can tech to Hive. Void Ray is going to find a double Overlord. Oh, very nice. Okay, bit of a mistake there for Scarlett. Shouldn't have those on the map against a player with a Void Ray out. Oracle and Adepts kill a few Lings as well. Oh, she's actually going to try and transfuse it with these fired up Queens and morphs into an Overseer. You're kidding me. Oh, the fired up Queen transfuse out of the portal. And Overseers, for those who don't know, have any cocoons have like crazy armor. So she actually saves the second Overlord there. Gets the Void Ray kill. Makes it well worth her while. Now he's going to go through the portal. And that is going to be fired up Archons. Let's go. 2 Adepts, 2 Archons. With that fired up boost there. Should be able to clear the creep and do what they can. He's going to try and send Zealots in the back door as well. Trying to take a 4th base behind the Zealot Archon pressure. But plenty of Roach Queen in the main. Astrea's going to back off with the Warpers. Remember, they're both in the same house in Korea right now. So the same ping fort both sides. Oracle does defend that base. 7 Swarmos on the way. Oh, she's going to do Swarmos. She's going to try and like pop out through the thing, throw the Locusts, and then run away with the Swarm Hosts. Dirty, dirty, dirty Scarlett. How many gateways is he up to? He's on 8 gates, plus 2s on the way. He's trying to build Storm and Immortals right now. Oh, I feel like Swarm Hosts are perfect against the style that he's played. Blink Stalkers are mobile enough. You can usually punish those Swarm Hosts, but in this case, not the case. The Brittle Adept gets away for the moment. And he actually shades through the portal. The Adept Shade unable to get any of those buffs or debuffs, though. Nidus Worm on the way as well. Scarlett's going to try and be very vicious with this. Notice she's only got 69 workers. He's in a setup where he's good against Roaches, Lings, and Banes with Psystorm, Immortals, Archons. Look at this wall-off on the left as well. I love that wall-off. Only a little choke point to get through there. A single sentry will be amazing. But she's far forward on the map. The Zealots barely don't see her. And a whole pack of Brittle Swarmos about to run forward and throw those Locusts. Here we go. Locusts starting to dive forward. They're going to try and get right up inside that base. Oh, Psystorm does go down on the Roachies. And those Locusts are going to get taken out, but not before doing a little bit of damage. Nothing too crazy just yet. You'll notice the supply looks very scary for Astrea, but that's because Swarm Host's supply count is very heavy. They're very expensive. Zealot attack on the left and on the right at the same time could be massive. Yeah, this is actually, and good movement with his army as well. He can catch the Swarm Host on the way out. I don't think it's worth throwing Locusts here because he's right on top of it. Oh, she will get an Archon. Oh, but he storms his own Observer. That's unfortunate. Zealot drop on the left. Looks like these Zealots got cleaned up by the Roaches. Roaches running around through these portals right now. Both players have adapted really well to the portal system here on Forest Jump. I'm really impressed. Zealots are going to go down the south side. Ooh, okay, those Locusts going to go forward right now. Stalkers are going to try and fall back. Some of these Locusts are brittle because they went through the portal, so they are taking bonus damage and moving a little bit slower. Looks like the Roaches running in and out on that side. Zealot drop, I think, should be happy to just keep these Roaches pinned. You're forcing a big commitment. You're slowing down Scarlett's follow-up. That alone is pretty good. He's going to add a Void Ray as well, which is kind of nice for Astrea. It's not high priority, but the idea is you can just get out there and... Oh, look at that! Oh, very nice. Locusts come in and they still kill a High Templar because Locusts are cracked. They do so much damage, man. Their damage is absolutely out of this world. She's trying to make a Lurker transition. Oh, the Roach Ravager headbutts into the Psystorm. But I think with the blink out now, he actually holds that pretty well. He's down to the units lost, but that's kind of acceptable in this scenario. He thinks about going through... Oh, she actually ends up going through the portal. A little derpy there. Her Locust kind of teleporting back and forth. I think they tried to land through the portal and it teleported them down there, but because they were still midair as they landed, they didn't pick up the buff and then they got the debuff. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. That was really weird though, because I'm pretty sure Locust tried to land from here to here and then it teleported them through that portal and they had to like dirt back and forth to get in the right direction. You can see the orange fired up roaches. There's a few brittle blue roaches with the debuff. Remember, blue is debuffed, orange is buffed, guys. This is so much fun right now. Prism does get in the back door. Oh, he went just a bit too close to the spore there. Big fired up Protoss army. He can't see those locusts. He does try to do a bit of a nice recall, but uh-oh, roaches come up from behind. Oh, losing a lot of his High Templar. Astrea went a bit too deep in Zerg territory. Zealot's trying to do some counter damage. She's done a great job of chasing him off right now. The Immortals will run away. One Stalker does get left behind. The unit's derping just a little bit there. Does take out a Nidus Worm at least, but he lost a lot of his High Templar energy. That's what worried me about that last fight for Astrea. Even though he's clearing up a bit of the creep, a little bit of the map control, it is that way now. I love this waiting at the other side of the portal. So if your opponent jumps up, they don't realize you're on the high ground and your whole army's waiting for them. That's actually, you can set up these sort of crazy ambushes on the low ground below the portal. That's actually really cute. Viper abducts a Stalker, not Scarlett's most amazing abduct of all time. And she doesn't have any lurkers out yet, but the locusts, they're going to try and throw down. Now, watch out, when they swoop through the portal, weird things can happen. But she gets a High Templar, forces out a Psystorm, gets another High Templar with that creep spread. Oh, man, and an Immortal. She's picking up the value right now. And she abducts an Immortal. She abducts another Immortal there. Oh, she's getting so much value. Astrea's losing all of his valuable units. He gets a good Psystorm, and he has at least kept her back now. But without a Prism being active since he lost it, it does feel like he's getting, you know, some pretty bad trades. But he's got the position. He will take out the hatchery and then run away. Kills the drones, takes out the hatchery, run away through the portal to get out of there. And he's got a lot of Zealots running down the right side. A few High Templar there as well, which are definitely not long for this world. Void Ray in the middle, Warp Prism coming forward. That Warp Prism, I'm pretty sure, is dead. There's no way a Warp Prism should be on that angle, guys. Oh, the Zealot's actually distracted at least, but Astrea's not watching. He's distracted by the Passion Hosts in the middle of the map, guys. Good Psystorm for Astrea. And you know what? Sacrificing a Stalker or two to make those Locusts land, not too bad. High Templar are still alive in the top right side of the map. Maybe get some ambush storms off later, guys. This is so much fun, man. This is so much fun. We've got 3 carriers being built at a time right now. Plus on air weapons done. Kind of feels like he's kept Scarlett in not the greatest position, even though she's got 5 bases. Actually, she lost that base and that base, so she's back to the original 4 bases, isn't she? This base is a rich gas, by the way. Sorry, I didn't notice that one before. Astrea hasn't taken his rich gas yet. He can get that later. These units popping in and out. She's done an amazing job with her creep spread. Can you guys believe it? A player famous for her creep spread, doing very well in that regard. What a surprise. Oh, he gets her Vipers! Oh, and she cops a big storm to the face as well. A lot of Hydras get popped. The Lurker's heavily damaged. Zealots on the right side are starting to clear those spines. Oh, the drones quickly jump through the portal to get out of there. They do forest jump out of there. I'm loving this map design. This is so much fun. Storm does go down on some of the Roach Hydra. Archon's going to morph. Recall does go down and saves it. Nice reaction there. This state in the game, it's a little dicey, wasting, you know, quote-unquote, wasting Recall to save a single Archon. But value is value, and if you feel you've got enough control over the map and you won't need to use Recall for the next 2 minutes, then why the heck not? Keep in mind, guys, this is the balance patch as well. So the Hydras did get out a little bit quicker. The Immortals' barriers don't get, you know, their shields knocked off as well. Oh, surprise attack on the right. Surprise attack on the right. But Astrea's coming back, actually. He seems to realize what's happening, and I think he's ready for it. The battery overcharge, unfortunately for him, is a little far back, but he does still, nonetheless, chase that army back. She's on her heels. I kind of like the idea of sending a changeling through the portal before you go through with your army, just to check there's nothing waiting for you on the other side. Look at this. He's gonna go through. He's gonna go through, guys. He pops out. Get back in. Get back in. Get back in the portal, Astrea. Run away. Run away. No. Oh, that was not his best. I'm telling you guys, you gotta send someone to check what's on the other side of the portal first. You gotta check, man. If you've already got a buff or debuff active, you cannot get another buff or debuff, guys. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So if you've got one on you, you have to wait for it to wear off before you will be able to get a new buff or debuff from the portals. So this is actually so much fun, man. I don't know what I'm looking at right there. Okay, there we go. The Swarmers were derping out for a little bit, but they do figure it out. Bunch of army waiting. I like that Astrea is just trying to ambush. Very cute maneuvers, but oh, that's a big Locust wave. Scarlett catches him off guard. That's a dead Nexus. Easy snipe. Well done there by Scarlett. She tries to hold position to get some probes. Doesn't get too much done. And there's only 3 High Templar, but there's 8 carriers, and she doesn't have great anti-air. She's just got 20 Hydras and 4 Vipers. She does have double Spire on the way. She's starting to make Corruptors, but I think Astrea's doing a great job of keeping her economy quite small this time around and really shaving off the edges. This is honestly the best sort of game I could have hoped for a map with these portals. It's amazing. So the buffs for anyone just tuning in, fired up, orange, 14% increased move speed, and attack damage. And that's, of course, when you hop through the blue. And when you hop through the orange, you get brittle. 10 seconds of taking 10% bonus damage and being 10% slower move speed. So if these guys move through the orange portal, you'll see that debuff. These guys, you can see, just move through. Actually, that orange portal gave them fired up. So is it random? Or am I getting my colors confused? I think red's actually the buff and blue's the negative, which makes sense since the colors match the buff. That's so obvious. I don't know how I got that confused. How did I not figure out that blue gives you the bad blue buff and orange gives you the good orange buff? Yeah, my brain's a little bit simple, guys. What can I say? Something different in the tap water here in Australia. Anyways, Viper gets an abduct. It does go down, but that's a dead carrier. Well worth the Viper sacrificing itself. Zealot, Stalker, and 2 High Templar running in the right side. A very cute attack. A couple of Storms on those Hydras would have been juicy. Single Zealot gets left in there to do some damage. Trying to pick away. This is really adorable. I love it. So you see the units just pop through the blue. Some of those guys are brittle right now from popping through the blue, right? No? Maybe they already had an orange buff. Oh, here we go. These guys. These guys have the brittle. It's hard to see on the Archons which buff they have. It's the nature of Archons, unfortunately. Oh, Scarlett's Corruptors get aggroed north. She wasn't watching. They do get chased over and killed up. Okay, Lurker's there shooting after these units. Ooh, he's going to move to the right side. He's going to clear that base up right now. He's got Tempest on the way. Big Archon carrier force. Great Storms! Some feedbacks landing as well. But looks like, okay, he's got to get out of there. There's a lot of Locusts hot in his tail. Storms away the ground army. Those High Templar are definitely going down, I think. Does kill the hatchery and 11 drones. Time to run, Astrea. You don't want to get caught out here. Great recall timing. And the Corruptors damage a carrier, but that's about it. The Tempest count's growing maybe a bit too high. He's going to go to 4 Tempests. I think that's okay. 4 Tempests, not too bad. And it looks like we've got a single Zealot running in there. Gets the blue buff, you see, from going through the blue portal. 10% decreased move speed, 10% more damage received from enemy attacks. But Scarlett's kind of on her last legs, let's be real. 55 drones. She's trying to retake this hatchery, trying to add infestors. She's very reliant on just Lurkers for anti-ground DPS, but she's only got 9 of them, which, I mean, they can work out. There's only 1 Immortal, to be fair, for Astrea. That High Templar does have Storm Energy. Swarmhost going to go down. If she was rich, she wouldn't mind because she could replace those with better units, but still kind of nasty. Swarmhosts do come down the bottom, and she's going to throw some Locusts, but I think the cannons... Ooh, actually just landing on the probes, not too bad. Getting some pickoffs, gets a High Templar as well. And a few recalls there. The carriers come back. The cannon does go down. Locust damage once again, absolutely cracked. 2-2 upgrades on the way here for the Spire. Mothership is out, guys, though. Remember, keep in mind, it's 250, 250. It's the new Mothership. 250 minerals, 250 gas, 250 hit points, 250 shields. Its attack is the same crap that it's always been. Not that useful, but not the worst thing in the world. More importantly, it's way faster, and its time warp pops instantly. The one on ladder right now, the time warp, you throw it down, it takes like 4 seconds before it does anything. This time warp is much quicker. And recall is still very effective, even though it's obviously something which is on a cooldown now, so you can't use 2 of them. This is awesome. Cleaning up the Nidus Worms over on the right side, trying to take this bottom left. It's hard to secure new bases on this map, but getting this corner base will really help out Astrea. Scarlett's just trying to be annoying with the Nidus Worm. She's got 27 Corruptors. Honestly, there's a way she does this. If she can fungal the Archons and then just kill them with her Lurkers, her Corruptors will crush the air. But she needs to get rid of the High Templar and the Archon. And that's the big problem. Like, if she had, I don't know, 60 Banelings to roll into the Archon and High Templar when Astrea's not looking, cool, that'd be amazing. But she doesn't. Now, this army's getting fired up. The ground army getting the fired up buff. The air units, of course, cannot go through the portal. They don't get the buff. Changeling coming forward right now. You got to be feedbacking. Astrea's got to be careful right now. Oh, Abduct's coming in, but no, the feedback's too quick. The Viper's all deep in the red and with no energy. Gives a good moment. Astrea's coming in. He says, let's recall, baby! Let's go! Does kill the Nidus Worm. Most of the units get back inside, but a few Swarm Hosts and maybe 1 or 2 Lurkers and Hydras do get picked off there. Great maneuvers. You can see he also used the cloaking field, which is now a non-energy ability as well. It lasts for 20 seconds and has a 40 or 45 something second cooldown, something like that. So you could just activate it for a little period like that, and then you got to wait for about 30 more seconds before you can use it again. Greatest Spy is on the way for Scarlett. There's always the chance she sets up a perfect late game fight and gets back in this. He's got Tempest though, so he should be able to shave away, like, you know, revelate the spores, start picking at him from afar, that sort of stuff. I think he is exposing himself to Neural, but because she just has so little anti-ground, like I said, it's just 13 lurkers, and most of them are spread around the map. She can't really do that much. She tries to get the Oracle, isn't quite able to do it. And Units Lost tab does tell us the story of Protoss winning by a few thousand. And of course, because he's got better map control, he's mining out more maps, more bases than her. Feedback pops a few of the infestors there. Well done by Astrea, clearing up spines and lurkers to the north. He's still got one full high energy, High Templar there. A couple of abducts coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the carriers get abducted. Stormland's big on the Corruptors, but 4 carriers went down there. An amazing fight, army versus army for Scarlett. Unfortunately, this base got annihilated. She lost 28 drones, spines, and a bunch of lurkers. So even though the air army was good for her, that's kind of all that was good for her. Mama goes for a run by in the south, gets shot down. Everybody say it with me. Minus 250, minus 250. You know, the Loch Ness Protoss came in, or the Loch Ness Zerg, I guess I should say. I said, what the hell do you want, you Loch Ness Zerg? She said about 350. And, yep, I guess it's 250. Doesn't quite have the same ring as 350. Can we just change it to be 350, just so we can say 350? I just want to say, I have a reason to shout 350 while casting a big tournament, you know? Atlanta later this year. I want there to be a grand finals. Protoss vs. Zerg, Mothership gets built, and I want to start shouting 350! 350! It'll be a good time. These are the things that I wish for in StarCraft. Not good games, not competitive, fair, balanced games. I want forest jump portals. I want absolute insanity. I want all sorts of badassness. Ling's running forward on the north as well. Here we go. Ooh-wee! This is a second best of 3. Some people tuning back in going, oh, did the first map not count? We actually played a full best of 3 on that other map. We're planning to play a full best of 3 on this map as well, because there's such a good chance of players not being that good on a map the first time playing it. But this one's been such a banger. If the players are down for it, we might play a different map in the next one. Nexus is going to get cancelled. Good play by Scarlett. She's hanging on like a champ. Unfortunately, he's got so much more money. And oh, that storm on the Corruptors. They're popping. They're popping. Oh my god. Those Corruptors just took so much damage. She's lost 22 Corruptors. He's going to shove. He realizes her Corruptors are too weak. Void Rays are in the mix as well. They're very good versus the Corruptors. She's trying to micro in and out very well, but he doesn't have detection, so he can't kill the lurkers. He loses his whole ground army, but he kills the air army, and he can afford to rebuild. She cannot. Good decisiveness from Astrea. GG, well played. All right, let's go into game 2. We've got Astrea playing a bit of a masterclass in game 1, and we're playing the same map. You might be like, why the same map twice in a row? But honestly, these maps are so creative, and Scarlett played a cool Swarmo style. But I really wonder, once the players have a little bit of muscle memory on the map, how do they adapt it? And that's why I basically decided, rather than just turning this into a chaotic flow, and I'm sure people are like, oh, show us new things, and maybe that is the best for views, but I truly believe this map is so crazy, and these sort of mechanics, if we give the players an extra map, and if it goes 3 games, we're going to see them get really comfortable with abusing these portals, and it's going to be incredibly fun. So I'm really excited to see how this series develops. And, you know, do we see a change up of styles here? What the hell are you going to do differently? Is Scarlett going to start doing more heavy Ling run bys? We're going to see fired up Banelings rolling into Mineral Lions. Drops could be kind of cool on this map as well. Drops could be kind of cool in the back door. Probe comes in, sees a normal hatch first. This is a Nexus first into 2-gate. Astrea is opening up with some of his special Astrea tactics. Bit of an odd wall off. If I don't say so myself. I think he's going to wall off with a cyber core there. No, it's there. Okay. That's a really crappy choke point, but he can always build a pylon there and then have a good choke point back here. Having 2 pylons next to each other in the wall, not ideal, but not the end of the world either. Second pylon in the main for now, and the Nexus finishes, and of course, double chronoing probes. Scarlett starts her Ling speed immediately. Now, you might think, why start Ling speed? He's gone Nexus first. Why not just drone up, get a faster third? Problem is, Nexus first only delays your cyber core by like 20, 25 seconds, and then you've got 2 gates, which means they're actually hitting with 2 adepts earlier then they hit with 2 Adepts off a 1 gate opening. And that's the real scary point. So obviously, you know, there's no single Adept pressure to lead into it to annoy you, but you still want to have a very quick Ling speed to deal with this. Third hatchery starts there for Scarlett. She's going to try and sneak 2 Lings around and say, okay, well, I know you want to send those 2 Adepts straight across the map, so these Lings are going to wait for them to leave. Me Overlord's up there on the Pervert Pillar, having a bit of a cheeky watch from the shadows. And look at that, the Adepts actually split out. I love that. So he fans out to delay the Lings from coming in, and is going to even build a shield battery in the wall to hold them back. Now, I actually would have gone for a pylon there, because shield batteries are very fragile. They have very few hit points and shields. He's going to have to cancel! Okay, cancel at the last second. That's why pylon is actually a better choice there. The reason people build shield battery in PvP is because glaive Adept Shades don't do damage. So you just need duration over tankiness. Against Zerglings, though, it's tankiness over the build duration. That might be a little confusing, but the idea is simply you do not want to... Oh, nice save by Astrea. Very well done. You don't want your shield battery... Like, if you build a pylon, it's only 18 seconds. A shield battery is 29 seconds. So if there's Adepts trying to get in, you prefer the shield battery because you don't have to cancel and rebuild it as often. Whereas the pylon, you know, you're always in danger of letting it finish. And you're like, damn it, I don't want to close my wall off. Whoops. Anyway, guys, Twilight Council's on the way here for Astrea. Very late tech is one of the big downsides of a Nexus first. On the other hand, his third base is up super early at 3 minutes 40. He has a sick economy lead this whole time, but he does not have the Oracle flying in. He doesn't have as much control. And in the mid game, Nexus first players tend to struggle with their scouting. And that's one of the big issues they usually have. Not to mention this follow-up pressure. Oh, that's actually really cute, guys. This is the North American special. So he's getting 7 Adepts with no glaives. He's going to fire them up. And can they get in the other portal in time? I think they can. If you go straight to the other portal, they can get through there. And because they've already got a buff on them, they don't get the brittle debuff. Fantastic play here by Astrea. Yes, the buff is gone, but at least you're not debuffed. And that in itself is good enough. Oh, I thought, don't go through. No. That's going to brittle them. That's going to make them brittle. Yeah, no. That doesn't work, does it? Wait. What? How come he didn't get the debuff? I'm so confused. Is he doing some magic on this map? I thought by walking through... Oh, no, because he went orange, then blue. Never mind, it's fine. Orange, then blue. Very clever. Very clever. Adept does go through, gets a few of these. Man, he actually let 2 Adepts finish in the natural. And he gets a few Adepts out. 7 workers? No way! That's huge. 54 probes right now. She's going to come with a vengeance. Scarlett... Mass Ling, she's got some of them fired up. Those are like cracklings, essentially. They do crazy damage. Those Adepts ain't getting home. Get back in the mineral line. Get back in the mineral line, Astrea. Those Adepts are dead, mate. Get out of there. Don't get surrounded. Those Lings are so fast. Oh my god. More Stalkers warping. She's not going to press the issue. I kind of would have liked to see her go around the right and try to focus some probes and stuff. He's only got 2 gateways. Now he's got 4 warp gates. He's making a Dark Shrine. So he's going to try and do some Dark Templar harass. Scarlett's trying to build a 4th and a 5th base. She's got a very late lair. And no Roach Horn for her, interestingly enough. So she's just going Massling. I think she's countering him pretty effectively here. This is something she did in their previous series. He is going to go Double Forge, so he will be able to contest her on the upgrades. The problem is Double Forge usually goes hand in hand with Mass Blink. And I'm pretty sure Scarlett is just going to mass Zerglings and then head towards Hive for Infestor Ultra. She ruined him in a different game earlier today with some Ultra Infesta. Cute, cool strategies. Looks so funny when they forest jump like that. They're all fired up right now. They're ready to go. Shift clicking them up there. They get through before the fired up wears off. So they do get a little bit of extra damage. And you can blink back down there. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That's a dirty angle. Oh, he's going to get up behind that one as well. Oh, dirty. Oh, guys, Astrea right now is doing what I can only describe as being a dirty boy. That is a nasty position he's found right here. But maybe he should have stayed. Oh, he actually loses a lot of Stalkers. Yeah, she has so much mobility. He loses 5 Stalkers there, as well as a few Adepts. Those Stalkers... Oh, no, he's derped out. He's accidentally got some brittle Stalkers derping in. He sent him through that portal up here with a bit of a misclick, guys. Oh, no. And the Lings charge down, fired up. Astrea blunders it. He blunders it. He goes for a bit of the old in and out and ends up ruining himself. He didn't even finish the hatchery off. Oh, no. He got a bit too fancy for his own good, didn't he? Oh, the forest jump turns into the forest crunk, man. He just destroyed himself. That is not good for Astrea. She's going hive as expected. This mass Ling style is friggin' awesome. I would like to see him play Archon Immortal Colossus. I actually think against this style of Lings into hive, you kind of want to go triple Robo and just build like no Stalkers anymore and just Immortals, Archons, High Templar. That's about it, really. If you get Psystorm for the Lings, that's great. And enough Immortals for the Ultras. Right now, though, even Mass Lings are such a big problem. And those Stalkers are so vulnerable. +2 melee is almost done. That being said, 1-1 is on the way. He's making Resonating Glaives, which, I mean, I would normally say is a mistake. And I think it is a mistake. I think it's meant to be charged. He's going to try to move down this portal. Trying to establish a 5th base is Astrea. Not got that many gases. Ultra Cavern is on the way. Scarlett's up 5 workers. And no real scary Protoss army to be spoken of. Gonna go for a bit of a Zealot drop around the left. The Changeling, does it get fired up, guys? Yes, it does. I'm totally one of the guys. Ugh, you're definitely not, you dirty Changeling. Zealot drop goes down the left. It does have to fall back. Ultra Cavern there. +3 melee, +1 Carapace as well. Blink Dark Shrine is on the way. 9 gateways are up. Gonna build 2 more, but I don't think Stalkers are going to scale well enough against these 3-1 Ultras and Lings, man. Fester's out. It's got Fungal available. Fungal does a little bit less damage this patch, but it still holds you in place, stops you from using abilities for 4 seconds. The chain Fungal is brilliant. Scarlett swarming with mass Zergling. She's got overwhelming numbers, and he's trying to exert pressure right now. But the unit's lost tab tells us the story of absolute crushing Zerg dominance. Stalker Zealot coming in the left there. Mass Ling Queen coming forward. Her Infestors may be dry on juice, and the Zealots kind of do okay versus the Zerglings, because actually the Zerglings don't have Carapace yet, which means they are getting 2-shot by the Zealots. Mass Slow Zealot? If Astrea wins this game with Mass Slow Zealot, Scarlett is going to vomit on the ground. She is going to be so grossed out that she screwed this one up, but I don't think she will. It doesn't, yeah. No, that's 19 probe kills on the other side of the map. The Queens and the Lings are going to struggle on the D a little bit, but once the Ultras are here, it's no big deal. She's still got 4 bases, whereas his 4th gets ransacked. He does have a 5th mining, pretty healthy on the minerals, but he's still down 20 workers, and even trapped in the corner here, her Lings are absolutely crushing. Oh, okay, Stalker's out. Just pull through the portal, pull through the portal. They're going to get a brittle debuff there. Prism does save up. You can see there, moving through the blue portal, the Lings as well also got that brittle debuff for the next 10 seconds. 10% extra damage taken and minus 10% movement speed. The Prism has shiny disco balls. First one to hang out at the Moopy party, permanent 10% more movement speed. Wait, what? Wait, what? By flying the Prism over the Moopy party, there's a secret buff that wasn't... Oh, in the description of the map, it said, oh, by the way, I heard there's a secret Moopy party on this map. Down here, there's a bunch of Moopies having a disco on a weird disco chessboard around a fireplace. And by flying the Prism over this, he has a permanent 10% movement speed on this one unit by being the first unit that flies over it. I think there's only one of those on the entire map. That is hilarious. That is actually so funny. I had no idea, man. I had no idea. This freaking shiny disco ball buff. It's not even that big. It's just 10% movement speed. I wonder if he even realized. I'm going to ask him after this game, like, did you realize you had the shiny disco ball buff? Oh, she's just rocking it. Fungal, so much damage coming in. Even with just 25 damage of Fungal, the Ultras do so well versus Clump Zealots. Archons are falling. He's trying to put up a fight, but that first big attack getting ditched for the lose. All right, guys. We saw an attempt on a super abusive and amazing play from Astrea in that last game. But getting a bit too fancy cost him, and the mass Ling spam style, so punishing. If you make a mistake here or there, it can spiral. Astrea in the top left, Scarlett at the bottom right. I love that we discovered accidentally the disco ball buff from the bottom left side of the map. We'll see if Scarlett sends an Overlord there to steal that this time around. She's doing it! She's doing it! Both players, I got them both to open the stream as I was looking at it after that last game, and yeah, she's queued an Overlord over there, so she's going to steal the 10% movement speed buff. It's really not that impactful. I just love that the map maker put a little Easter egg in there. That makes me happy. If it morphs after getting the buff into an Overseer, will it lose the buff? That's a very good question, 2 Second Hero. I have no idea. I would like to see Scarlett try and do that. Either way, looks like a pretty standard expand build for Astrea, and he's prioritizing minerals over gas, interestingly enough. Curious. Harassing right now on the minerals. Scarlett not really reacting. She's not biting at all, just counter-microing it very well. Am I going to jinx her? No, she's still microing it pretty well. Finally, she brings a drone to attack the probe. And Cybercore does go down. I'm in the solar school of thought of just send a drone to attack the probe straight away because it's so annoying. Especially if you're playing cross-server. They're both playing on Korea with perfect ping. They should have probably maximum 5 MS ping. When I was in Korea, I maximum had 4 MS. Most days, 2 milliseconds ping. It was insane how good the connection was because the server's in Seoul. Everyone in Korea lives in Seoul. Like half of the population of Korea is in that absolute megalopolis. So the servers are great. The internet quality is fantastic as well. You know, it's kind of funny what certain cultures prioritize. Here in Australia, if the beer stops flowing, people will riot. The government will get overthrown. I've heard in Singapore, if the train doesn't run on time, you know, the ministers get sacked. People are very upset. Pretty sure in Korea, if the internet lags slightly, you will have a change of government. I mean, it will be insanity. People will lose their minds in Korea if the internet goes out. Like this, both sides getting some buffs. Love to hear everyone. What do you think it is? Where your people, wherever you are in the world, where are you, and exactly what thing is it that you will not stand for? You think your people will rise up for? No questions asked. All right, Adept Shade coming forward here. She's pretty good on top of it though. No queen in the main, but she was far enough out with the creep spread to make it really difficult for Astrea to get in there. Adept shading forwards. All right. Just a standard Oracle opener. I don't mind it. I like Astrea playing standard here. I think getting a standard game. Remember, we're playing New Balance patch, so even if you just play this map kind of standard and defensive, like let Scarlett make a big play. She tried the Knight of Swarmhost game 1. You tried the crazy Stalker attack game 2, but this time, oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't even realize it turns all shiny, guys. That is a shiny Disco Balls Overlord there. Look at that. Absolute race car that is. It's got 0.99 movement speed. Absolute banger. Oh, Astrea chucks the cheese icon down as he does escape there. And it's going to do that. Scarlett drops a nice smiley face in the chat as well. Quick Evo Chamber is on the way. Drones starting to come on down. Oh, Overlord does get taken out by the Void Ray. Melee upgrade is started up. Drones coming in. Twilight Forge, Robo on the way. 2 more gases coming in. All right, so this looks to me like a charge follow-up for Astrea. And with how much she's been spamming Lings, that's a good idea. But what if she reacts with the Swarmhost Nidus? Now, I mean, I guess he defended it with a charge build last time, and he added Blink reaction as a reaction. So she doesn't really have his respect with that style. With the Roach Hydra, he has struggled in some other series they've played, but not on this map yet. And with her playing melee, I think Charge Archon's the best thing to play against that. Gets a drone there, not too bad. The leash range is really incredible for the Void Ray, so even though you've only got 6 attack range to get the attack started, the unit has to get to like 9 range away to break it because you've got 8 leash range, so it needs to go beyond 8 range in order to break the leash, which is why Void Rays are so good at hunting down those drones. Even when they pull back, you need to actually build a Spore Crawler to save them usually. Did that Overlord go down, guys? Did, didn't it? Yeah. You reckon that's why he built the Void Ray? Just to kill the Disco Ball Overlord guys? I think that might be why. He's like, you know what? She knows about the Disco Ball buff. She's going to take it, and we need to kill it as soon as possible. The Void Ray does get pushed back. Just a little bit of damage there. And oh, no! Scarlett does a bit of a Zerg doo-doo. Oh, defending her third base like Pig. Oh, you guys know what we say about pro gamers playing like commentators. Doesn't get any damage on the Oracle. Loses mining time and 5 drones. A little bit sloppy there from Skull. But her work account was high enough that it's not, 5 drones at 3 or 4 minutes, much more impactful than this deep in the game. And Void Ray has not cleaned up the watchtower, finally. Or I call it the watchtower, sorry. The pervert pillar. It's not really a watchtower, is it? That's like if a guy's hiding in your attic space and he's like watching you through a crack in the friggin' air vent, and you're like, oh, that's just Gary. He guards the watchtower. You're like, I don't know if he has permission to be there, or if you should really give him any sort of credence by saying he's the guard of the watchtower. It's a creepy guy who secretly lives in your house and watches you while you sleep. Infestation Pit, second Evo Chamber's on the way. 8 more roaches coming out right now. And Astrea's trying to go Archon Zealot with a few immortals into disruptors. I love this style. He's got to keep that 4th base alive though, and right now it's kind of empty. And oh, she goes up. She does get a bit of a brittle debuff there. Those Lings a little bit slower. And he's going to run them away. Down there. If they go back up, they will get the fired up stim buff. It's not really stim, is it? But I don't know. Movement speed, attack speed, damage. It's pretty damn boosty. Units popping in and out of these portals, having a bit of a go around. It's like Zealot drop in the back, and he's going to try and poke up here just to distract. 4th base, not super well defended right now. Oh, fired up. Lings are just going to dive in. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. He better do some counter damage right now, because I think he loses this 4th. But no, actually his Zealots get in time. There's no carapace yet, so the Zealots and the Void Ray will hold on. Zealots in the main. Oh, great Queen Micro. Great Queen Micro. She only loses 1 Queen for a bunch of Zealots. Very well done there by both sides to defend. And you know what? At the end of the day, it was a positive trade for Astrea, who's got his first Disruptor on the way. He's still only on single Robo, and against this quick Hive style, I was saying earlier, I think triple Robo is so good because Storm, Immortals, you know, and just lots of Immortals to deal with that stuff is great. Now, there is Roaches out, so it looks more like a Ravager Bane style. Oracle doing a nice little Revelation Stasis, stopping her from taking a 5th base. 88 workers versus 79, and he's still probing. He's taking his gases there. His army's pretty small as Astrea, but I feel like he's getting to that point where Protoss players build up into a very scary force. She pops through, gets the fired up buff. She's still marauding around the map. Remember, guys, orange portal, give good buff. Blue portal, give bad debuff. 14 seconds for the good buff, 10 seconds for the debuff. Zealot drop in the main, gets pushed back. Not a good idea to commit here. Very bad move. He's gonna lose the Prism or take a lot of damage and lose the Zealots now. Tries to drop a Zealot in the natural or thinks about it. He ends up getting damage on a Queen. And maybe 1 Zergling kill for all of that. Zealots coming in the top, but great Spinecrawler placement. Getting a bit of the Hentacle to the face, those Zealots. Doesn't matter how zealous you were when you signed up to be part of the Protoss military. You never... You know, all it takes is the first Spinecrawler thwunking you in the face to realize you've stepped into deep waters. Oh my lord, here she comes! But no, he's nearby, and that would have been a terrible choice if she went up there. Good call to back off. He's doing a really good job with the Oracle and the Void Ray of kind of seeing where she is. And he's already going carriers. Does he have enough Immortals, though? I think doing this off single Robo is kind of mad. I mean, it's kind of cool because it bypasses the ground stage. I just don't know if 2 Immortals and 4 Archons with a few Disruptor shots are going to hold on against, you know, 85 Zerglings and 3 Ultras with Neuroparasite coming in as well. On the other hand, she doesn't have anything that shoots up. Carriers will do great versus the Lings and the like. The Oracle... Yeah, Astrea tries to Revelate, but it's like, dude, they teleport in a different position on the bottom, so I love it, man. The Forest jump back and forth here has been so much fun. You guys let me know in the comments if you'd rather I just play 1 map on each map in the future or let them do full best of 3s like this. I really like this as something different. In the past, I've always prioritized different things every game, but I feel like this is so much fun to see how the players develop their own little meta, just for me personally, but I'll always like to mix things up and listen to you guys in the audience on what you prefer, so let us know in the chat. 9 more drones on the way for Scarlett. She's massing spines right now. Is she not seeing the carriers, guys? I feel like she hasn't seen the carriers. And he might just come out and kill her, right? Because the thing is, there's no Spire. She should not be massing spine crawlers. She thinks she's playing against a mass ground Protoss. Which is what I was like, he needs to go Master Immortal, triple Robo. And what are we seeing? He's doing a completely different style, and he's making it look fantastic. Adept shaded through the portal, lured these Lings down here. Army is nearby. Gotta watch out for those infestors, though. Where's the... Oh my god. Her army is brittle. They're all debuffed right now, but only for a few more seconds. She gets past him. Mama! Give it the Hentacle. Actually, I think it's still a heroic unit, right? Which means it can't actually be Hentacled. Disruptor gets an Infestor or two there. The Ultras take a Disruptor hit as well. The carriers do come down. The Disruptor shot's clearing pretty much every Infestor. One last Infestor deep in the red. The ground army goes down. As I said, that Protoss ground army was a bit too small, but there's nothing that shoots up. Can the carriers hang on? Roaches come through the right side. They do have the brittle debuff. Stalker's trying to warp in. Battery overcharge on the way. I think Stalker's is a good choice as like a flexible defensive unit. The Ultras are getting some good splash damage, killing probes here. It'll eventually get held, but I think he's got to get these last probes out of this base because he's already lost 15 workers. That being said, wait a second. Zealots are in her base as well. Oh, God, if he can get her Spires, that would be game-changing. He's only got 9 gateways, and he doesn't have that much money right now. This seems like it was a pretty good series of trades, and look at how little damage. Oh, my God, it's +1 carriers versus +2 Carapace Chitinous Ultras. The carriers are doing no damage. The Ultras have 6 armor right now. And the Interceptors are doing, 6 damage? Which means they're doing half the damage in an attack. It's taking 1,000 Interceptor attacks to kill an Ultralisk, and that's what I said about carriers aren't really the answer to Ultras. They'll do okay versus the Lings and the Roaches, but it's kind of hard to shift-click Zerglings individually or Roaches individually. Oh my lord. Definitely the carriers was a surprise, but it hasn't paid off for Astrea. And his lack of defense on the ground really hurting him. He doesn't have Psystorm either. I really feel Psystorm is so essential because there's always lots of Lings supporting against this and Spellcasters as well. And obviously, the feedback would have been amazing. I think Astrea might regret this as well. She's actually building 2 Spires here. The reason is she thought he was going to kill the Spires in the main and she'd lose because she had nothing that shot up. But now she essentially has 2 reserve Spires as well as the 2 Spires in the main. I don't know. I'm kind of down with it. I'm like, yeah, you've already invested it. Why cancel them now? You might as well. You might as well. Ultraling still running around. The carriers do have +2, but by the time their +3 finishes, +3 will be done for Scarlet's Ultras, and +3 Ultras just don't take that much damage. They'll have 7 armor, and +3 Interceptors will do 8 damage, so it'll take 500 of those Interceptor attacks. Now, arguably, each Interceptor does 2 of those attacks, so you could say it's 250 Interceptor attacks then, but it's kind of crazy, man. Zealots trying to get some damage here. These Spires are useless targets to hit. Mama! Not a good idea. She's going to recall home rather than using her own recall, and actually she does survive. That was kind of cute, guys. Mama got home. She heals back up there, uses the battery's juice immediately. Warp Prism's still alive in the back, but the Corruptors do find it and go after it. And that Warp Prism will be going down. Void Rays are on the way right now. Interesting. No Psystorm. Only a couple of Archons. And if you don't have enough Immortals behind the Archons to kill the Ultras, then the Archons are useless. Because they're going to be just fighting Ultras. They won't help versus the Corruptors at all. And Archons, they're not the worst versus the Ultra, but they're definitely not the best. And look at that. Oh, she's got to be careful with where she clicks. You've got to make sure it's kind of awkward with where you click there. You have to either click up here or you need to click just there on the ground right behind the portal to make sure they par through that. She kind of clicked in the wrong direction for a moment. She's only lost 6 Ultras this game, and she's done fantastic damage. He's maxing out, but without Psystorm. And without feedback, which means Infestors and Vipers will be massive. But, that being said, Scarlet's not added those Spellcasters. Mama's up here. Cloaking Field won't be that useful because the Overseers are empty on juice. You can't really feedback them. I love the Morphing Archons in the front. Since they're not combat units yet, the Ultras will derp out on it. Really good fight there for Astrea. Random Roach and Ling rallying through the forest jump portal there. Gonna try and hop through that one and get out of there. I love that. The graphic. That's because the Ultras have Anabolic Synthesis, guys, which gives them those little speedy lines behind them when they're running around. So when they teleport, they actually look badass. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. All the Euros watching live today. It's bloody good fun, man. I'm having so much fun casting these show matches. Glad you're all having a good time as well. Corruptors coming forward here. Ultras and Lings doing what they can. Gonna go for some big old surrounds here. This base is just cursed. This base is absolutely cursed. Corruptors come down, get a Void Ray. The Archon's got some hits on him, though. This is a big army. Oh my god, she can't take this without Spellcasters. Cloaking Field goes down. Mama does get sniped. Minus 250. Archon's not really a big part of this battle, but the overwhelming air numbers seem to be good enough. The F-Veins is on the way. Australia has had a bit of a problem. People have been diminishing his manliness lately, saying, you're from San Francisco, you're a bit of a soy boy. I bet you don't even flux, do you? I bet you don't even flux, you soy boy. He's like, I flux all the time. I fluxed the Zergs. I fluxed with there was these 2 Terrans I took home for a bit of a 3-way 2v2, 1v2v2'd them. Banged them good. I fluxed them good. So his flux veins have just kicked in. We'll see if his mass Void Ray play can work out. There's still no spellcasters for her, which means she's very weak to those Void Rays. I think the refusal to build spellcasters for her is really punishing because he skipped High Templar this game. He's been so good with his feedbacks in the other game, she didn't think it would do anything. Nice kill on the Nexus though, and man, even with the brittle debuff, those Zerglings are insane. Shoving it on the front, it's a lot of Archons. The Ultras are popping so quickly, there's enough Archons to just overwhelm, and oh my god, whenever they land hits on the Corruptors, it is massive. Void Rays do come in from behind and start to get isolated, but these Archons, any hits they land, are absolute game changers. And no, I'm not talking about a bunch of vegans that claim eating a piece of broccoli is going to make you win a race. I'm talking about the people that go from, oh, this game started not that well, to shoot lightning on your face and bloody rip you to shreds. GG, well played. That was a really fun series there. And shout out to the maker of Forest Jump, their weird Moopy Party buff in the side, and just this absolutely bizarre map design with these portals. That was a lot of fun.